I think the sheriff's department has decided to target me since I released the series.
We started like just finding shit, and everything we would find out about Anthony or about the sheriff's department, we would come out and talk. And the more we would come out and talk, the cops would pass by the house, and they would park on the corner of our street, which they still do to this time. They would park in the corner of our house, and they would sit in our car, and they would eat their lunch. And you know, there's a corner store from where our family residence is, so the kids will walk to the store, and they can't even walk to the store because they see the sheriff's department right there, and because they know what they did to Anthony. And these are kids under the age of like 15.
Our interview with the Vargas family was conducted at a local park, and it lasted 30 minutes. During that brief amount of time, 3 sheriff's videos drove by us. Wow. I want to take a little bit of time out to say thank you for my wonderful patrons, which you see right here on the screen. If you go to Crimson60620 at patreon.com, you can actually help support the show and get your name shown up on the screen. Thank you. Well, here's the thing. I definitely hope you feel better soon, Joe. And as a special to you, and something that I has actually wanted to cover for a while now. This is something that I was suggested to cover for a while now. And this is something that I know is near and dear to your heart. We want to actually address this. Now, I'm going to review this video, and it's not because... we're gonna do this video, and it's not because I disagree with this video producer. I'm actually really agreeing with this, and we're gonna start off pretty easy. Okay, we're gonna actually start off with no. We're gonna actually start off with this. We're gonna actually review the murderous police gangs of Los Angeles. Yeah, we're doing this. And this video was actually put out by the Grinnell Institute. And Mike, I believe it was Mike Grinnell, was like an excellent senator. And he read into record the Pentagon papers. And he really stood up. He recently ran in the 2020 presidential election. And it was like he was never going to get anywhere, but he was somebody who like stood up for government transparency. And he had an institute that was made around him that he took from his campaign, and he transformed it into the left wing PragerU. So let's actually just watch this video, and we're going to stop and make comment every once in a while, okay? Wait, let's see what this is. Hold on. What is this video? Oh, I can't play it. I can't play it because of the stream. But yeah, I would definitely play it out of stream. Hold on. Let's get to this. Here we go. And just to let you know, this is what it is. I think it is here. That should be, nope, that wasn't it. Let's see. I think this may be it. Ah, there we go. It's donation. All right, let's go to the video. Let's go.
Since the 1970s, there have been at least 18 gangs within the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, and they continue to brutalize and even murder community members today.
So we just the first segment alone, since the 1970s, there's been 18 identified gangs. But let's see what they're going to talk about.
My name is Cerise Castle, and I am a journalist. In the summer of 2020, I was working for a local radio station here in Los Angeles, and I was out covering the George Floyd rallies that were happening across the country, across the world. I was shooting photos of people protesting, and while I was doing that, 2 cars with police officers on them in riot gear rolled into the area where people had gathered, and they shot people with less lethal munitions. And although I identified myself as press, I was shot, and the resulting injuries landed me in the hospital.
The fuck? Alright, so we're not going to just start off with the whole thing about how particularly the Los Angeles PD was trained by runaway slave catchers. We're not going to just talk about that. I know the history of the police were, slave catchers, but particularly they went to form the LAPD. They went and found some of the most egregious people to do to organize the police. But yeah, let's go.
A few days after that happened, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department killed a teenager who was working at his job in the Compton area. Very quickly after this young man was killed, his name is Andres Guardado, was reported that his killing may have been part of a gang initiation.
And there are some new allegations against the deputy involved in Guardado's case who did not fire his weapon. Civil rights attorneys accuse Christopher Hernandez of being part of what some call a sheriff's department clique or gang.
While I was bedridden, I started researching the history of the gangs in the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, and I found out that this dates back at least 50 years.
So, as part of a gang initiation for cops, they shot and killed somebody, and the person that didn't get, the one that was under the most investigation is the one that didn't shoot him? What the? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I don't know. You're right. Cliques are different from gangs, but this is definitely something that's. I've watched this video before, so check it out.
I spent 6 months researching deputy gangs within the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Conservatively, I estimate I read about 100,000 pages of legal filings, and what I came away with was a 15-part series detailing 18 gangs that I was able to confirm the existence of within the department. There are the Little Devils, Posse, the Wayside Whiteys, the 2000 Boys, the 3000 Boys, the Jump Out Boys, the Banditos, the Executioners, the Spartans, the Cowboys, the Rattlesnakes, and the Tasmanian Devils.
She says she's only been able to identify 18, and these might just be overall gangs. How many gangs that she wasn't able to identify, or how many subsects in those gangs? But let's go.
They have killed 19 people, all of whom were men of color, several of whom were in a mental health crisis when they were killed. Government from the county level, the state level, and the federal level has known about this issue since the early 1990s, and no significant action, policy change has been brought forth.
So let's do a quick run through of the gangs of the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department.
So she's gonna actually run through what gangs are there. So let's check this out.
All of them have stuff in common. You usually have official gang tattoos, a hand signal, and a way to join, usually by shooting or killing a civilian or doing something like falsifying paperwork. These are just a few of the gangs operating within the LA Sheriff's Department.
The Banditos, the 3000 Boys, the Spartans, the Vikings, the Regulators, the Executioners. Oh shit. Oh, okay.
The Wayside Whiteys. The Wayside Whiteys was a gang of white deputies at the Pitchess Detention Center in northern LA County in the 1980s and 1990s. Their sign was having their middle fingers crossed to create a W for white. The Linwood Vikings. The Vikings were a gang based out of the Linwood station. Their tattoo was of a Viking, and their hand sign was an L made with the thumb and index finger for Linwood. And they were one of the most powerful and most violent gangs. A lot of their members became leaders in the department.
What the fuck? Is it too early to say all cops are bastards? Just to see this shit. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Let's go.
The 3000 Boys. The 3000 Boys were based out of the Men's Central Jail in downtown LA. The 3000 Boys are particularly violent because that's where the department would transfer deputies convicted of crimes to keep them away from the public. The Jump Out Boys. The Jump Out Boys operated across the county in the Operation Safe Streets unit. Their tattoo was of a skeleton with glowing red eyes holding a revolver in the dead man's hand, a popular poker holding among law enforcement officers. They kept their manifesto in a notebook. The Regulators. Out of the Century Station, you have the Regulators, who allegedly have many members working in department leadership. The Executioners. At the Compton Station, you have the Executioners. Their tattoo is of a skeleton with a Nazi helmet holding an assault rifle.
But they know about it. They know about it. They fucking know. Oh my God. They know about this. This is shit that they know about. And they ain't doing nothing. How do you know they're part of the game? They have the tattoos. Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll definitely get to that in a minute.
Black people and women are not allowed to join the gang. The Banditos. The Banditos operate mainly out of the East LA station, and their tattoo is of a skeleton wearing a sombrero with a smoking revolver and a sheriff's badge. They have a culture of working backwards, arresting or shooting civilians and coming up with probable cause later by planting and manufacturing evidence. There are others, like the Rattlesnakes, the Pirates, and the Buffalo Soldiers that we know a lot less about.
Like, really? Oh, wow, okay.
Anyway, I'm here today at a rally, 2-year anniversary of the killing of Paul Rea, 18-year-old young man at a traffic stop by Hector Saavedra, who's East LA Sheriff Deputy, who was a prospect for the Deputy Sheriff Gang Los Banditos. Now, how do I know that? Because 2 deputies who work here were interviewed on national TV.
LA Sheriff Deputy.
Like, oh, wow. Fuck. Like, all right, so I live in Chicago, and I know it's not much better in Chicago. Like, and I'm not talking about the crime or the street gangs. I mean, like, literally the police gangs. And, like, you know they're doing this shit. Why isn't the governor, why isn't the mayor, like, bringing in or calling the National Guard or the State Guard, whatever the fuck it's called? They know they're doing this shit. Okay. Shit, okay, let's go.
Hector Saavedra Soto. Is he a prospect for the Banditos?
Yes, he is.
He's a prospect.
Paul Rea is my son. He was murdered on June 27th, 2019. It was supposed to be a traffic stop. They pulled him out of their cars with guns. When they were questioning why they're getting pulled over, they were scared because they didn't know why they were getting pulled over. And they're getting pulled over with guns, to their heads, and being told that if they move, they're going to shoot their fucking heads off. They pulled the driver out of the car. And when they pulled my son out, they're going to handcuff my son. And I know my son was feared for his life. He just from childhood, growing up, seen me harassed before.
Yeah, I see that because, like, what is in LA? The police department gets about $1 billion a year, or am I thinking New York? They get like over $1 billion a year, and it's just like the streets aren't getting safer. And remember, guys, Wednesday we watched the shots fired training. This is just taking it to a whole nother level. Like, yeah, no, we're yeah, okay, yeah. It was New York that I was thinking they get $1 billion. In LA, they get almost 3. Okay, let's go.
He ran. He didn't even get 4 feet away when Hector Saavedra shot him multiple times in the back.
Paul's father was actually killed by a sheriff's deputy, so he grew up his whole life being afraid of this deputy gang. So when they asked him to get out of the car, naturally he was afraid, so he attempted...
Wait. So you're telling me that the LAPD gets about 2.6, and then the sheriff's department gets 2.5, because I know it's the city of LA and then it's LA County that they split between the two. They wow, okay.
To exit that interaction, which is perfectly within his right since he was not the driver. Unfortunately, Saavedra pursued Paul and shot him in the back multiple times right here, and Paul died.
The two deputies that killed Anthony Vargas were also prospects for the East LA Sheriff's Gang.
Anthony Vargas was shot by Sheriff Deputy Nicholas Perez and Sheriff Deputy Jonathan Rojas. Are they also part of the Bandidos gang or prospects for the Bandidos?
Prospects? Yes.
They're prospects.
How do you know they were prospects?
You know, just personal conversations with them, and them saying that was one of their main goals, to be a part of this gang.
Like,
August 12th of 2018, my nephew, he had attended a barbecue. You know, he was just...
Like, this is the shit that makes me not want to go to, like, big cities like this shit. And yes, I know I live in a big city, and I'm fully aware of that, and it's one of the reasons why I kind of want to move away from the city proper to maybe outlying suburbs. But this shit, this shit seems just like it perforates the whole idea of law enforcement. Like, first they get fearful, and then they start collecting gangs, and it's just like, what the fuck, man? All right, let's go.
Following what he always did, you know, whenever there was a barbecue, he showed up, took his rub. He thought it was the best rub, so hey, get it out there, right? He took it, and you know, that was the last time. That was the last day that we seen him. Was August 11th. There was a robbery call that had went into the East LA Sheriff's Department, where an individual had said that they had their $12 watch stolen. They gave a description of an individual, 30 to 40 years old, over 6 feet tall. You know, it fit nothing of Anthony's description, wearing a completely different color shirt than my nephew had on. You know, two deputies from the East LA Sheriff's Department were, you know, servicing the area at the time, and they saw my nephew walking down one of the fire paths on his way home, and they, you know, targeted him. My nephew was punched in his head multiple times, punched in his ribs by these deputies, you know, before falling to his knees, where he was shot at 16 times.
I was just like,
wait, 16 fucking times? You already multiply beat this man, and then you get shot 16. I don't fucking okay.
bam, 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 like continual shots.
One man shot and killed by Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies. Investigators say the young man did have a gun on him, but they're not sure if he was a part of the robbery.
Anthony was not known to carry a gun on him. He slept in a room with my mom, which is his grandma. He slept directly across from my 7-year-old niece she was 7 years old at the time. Anthony was not known to carry a gun. You know, he was not known to carry weapons. He wasn't.
You've never seen him with a gun?
No, never.
If you get in a shooting, that's a definite brownie point.
And according to these deputies, to justify those shootings, they plant weapons on the people they stop.
It's like the old Dave Chappelle joke of, yeah, no, we sprinkled some crack on them, and like after we've like assaulted them and knocked them out, like, yeah, like this is, we plant the shit on that we need in order to make it seem justified. This, oh god, like this shit makes me sick. And I watched this a while ago when it came back, but I didn't remember how vivid they described this shit. But let's go.
Been multiple occasions where they say, hey, we got a guy that has a gun and he's running from us. In reality, that person never had a gun. And they would say, oh, it was a phantom gun. It was something that really wasn't there.
So you have personally witnessed that?
Yes.
And we started reading the DA report and matching them with, you know, other things that we found on our own, which includes like, you know, the autopsy report. You know, we found out through forensics that the gun that they're saying my nephew had on him had absolutely no DNA on it. None of my nephew's DNA. And I find it strange because these deputies are saying that my nephew had the gun in his hand and he was like an imminent threat to them. But if he was holding a gun in his hand, there would have been fingerprints on the gun.
Immediately after
So, like, and this is a shit, and this is part of the problem, too. Prosecutors don't want to address the shit with these cops because, one, they're buddies. Two, they depend on the cops to get them evidence for convictions. But, all right, let's go.
Released the first part of the series, I began receiving death threats. I regularly receive threatening messages on my social media. I receive phone calls from people threatening my life. My loved ones have received these messages as well. The sheriff of Los Angeles County has instructed anyone that I reported on to personally sue me.
Wait, the sheriff has literally told people to personally sue her, a journalist. How is that okay? You literally have the First Amendment laws. Congress shall make no laws abridging the freedom of speech, the press, the exercise of religion, shit like that. How can... Okay, shit. Let's go.
And when I attempted to attend a press conference featuring the sheriff's department, I was detained.
Why?
I think the sheriff's department has decided to target me since I released the series.
We started just finding shit, and everything we would find out about Anthony or about the sheriff's department, we would come out and talk, and the more we would come out and talk, the cops would pass by the house, and they would park on the corner of our street, which they still do to this time. They would park in the corner of our house, and they would sit in their car, and they would eat their lunch, and there's a corner store from where our family residence is, so the kids will walk to the store, and they can't even walk to the store because they see the sheriff's department right there, and because they know what they did to Anthony, and these are kids under the age of 15.
Our interview with the Vargas family was conducted at a local park, and it lasted 30 minutes. During that brief amount of time, 3 sheriff's videos drove by us. Wow. It's getting so bad that the people that's conducting the interview actually saw this shit. Okay. I guess the third one.
Deputy Art Gonzalez is a documented hero, a former Marine who became a deputy, rewarded by the LA County Sheriff's Department with the Medal of Valor in 2018 for saving the life of a 4-year-old boy.
The time is 10:59, and we are on the record.
Oh God, what the fuck did he do? What the fuck did he do? Okay. All right. Let's go.
Okay.
Now he's sounding the alarm of a group of 15 officers inside the Compton station with matching tattoos, allegedly known as the Executioners.
I now call them a gang because that's what gang.
Yo, what's up, Red? What's up, Red Hot Banger? Let's go. Wait, let's actually look at this. Hold on. Ted Real. Collins is syndicated editorial cartoonist. His political cartoons often appear on a multi-panel comic strip formatted and frequently blend comic strip and editorial cartoons conventions. The cartoons were used to appear in Roxy 100 newspapers across the U.S. He was president of the Association of American Editorial Cartoonists from 2008 to 2009. Controversies. This seems relevant. In 1999, Rail wrote an article called "The Village Voice," accusing Mayus creator Art Spiegelman of lack of talent and controlling who gets high-profile assignments. Dismissal from LA Times. Lawsuits against the LA Times. I don't have songs hooked up. I don't have songs hooked up. I just have the songs playing in the background. LAPD. Let's see. LAPD. Oh, I think I spelled it wrong. Yeah, that's what I mean. All right. All right, what really happened? On May the 11th, 2015, Los Angeles freelance political cartoonist Ted Rao published a op-ed relating to the incident he allegedly faced with the LAPD back in 2001. Royal claimed while being stopped for jaywalking in Los Angeles, officer of the Los Angeles Department assaulting him. Real included descriptions of the officers throwing his driver's license into the sewer, being thrown against the wall, and being handcuffed. Real went on to describe a crowd of onlookers surrounding him during his event, asking officers about the legitimacy of their arrests. In response to the post, the LA Police Department presented a 14-year recording of the event based on recorded evidence. Real was fired from the LA Times. Since then, Real has disputed that the LA Times has produced both an enhanced version of the audio and a transcript of what he believes can be heard in the recording. The LA Times commissioned Premier Forensics to perform a forensic audio enhancement on the recording provided by the LAPD. The audio evidence was analyzed as a goal of uncovering the events as they occurred. Premier Forensics holds no bias towards either party and approached the investigation as such. You can hear the recording here. So
you got a red light, and you just walked across just as free as you wanted to. So it's not, that's all right. You're going to get a ticket for it. I need you to take that out of your wallet, please. Current address?
I don't know if you guys can hear it. God, it's really distorted. Yeah, it's actually really distorted. But yeah, no. Let's finish the rest of this video, and then we can talk about everything.
They beat up other people.
Deputy Gonzalez, he's afraid for his safety right now.
He also reports that graffiti appeared at the station entrance.
Art is a rat, and that was placed at the keypad to get into the parking lot. So that's the most visible place in the entire station.
His lawyer says he's now on leave from the department and in fear for his life.
In addition,
so because somebody spoke out to internal investigations or internal affairs, whatever the fuck they call it, now he's persona non grata. Like, he had to leave his job because he realized that shit wasn't cool. He spoke out about it, and look at the shit that's happening now. Like, come on now. You really have to believe that, like, these cops actually believe this shit, that they're protecting the public? Where they put Art as a rat to actually, what are they gonna do? All of a sudden, he was in a shootout and no backup comes? Or he mysteriously gets shot while the suspect also mysteriously gets shot? Come on now.
In addition to having to hire security guards to go with me when I do my job, I've had to start wearing a bulletproof vest. Many of these death threats are credible, and I've been told by people inside the department that I should be careful. So I invested in this. This is a bulletproof vest. This guy comes with me very often.
It's like, why do our journalists have to act like they're walking in a war zone? This shit, like, you're a journalist that's supposed to be covering the people that serve and protect us, and you have to walk around with a fucking vest? Because, wow.
Why do you keep doing it?
I continue to report on the story because no one else really is. And seeing the closure, I suppose, that I'm able to bring to families, oftentimes they had suspected for years that their loved one had been killed by a deputy gang member. And I can come along and confirm that. And I've also seen my reporting make a very real difference in some of the ongoing cases. Just recently, the Democratic Party of Los Angeles County passed a resolution asking for the sheriff to resign.
And now that,
Yeah, how much you want to bet he didn't resign? Let's go.
things came out, like there's a complete, turn, and like I can't tell you how it feels to like see the tide turn. Like it's fucking groundbreaking, and it's like it shows you the progress that's being made. It just makes you want to keep pushing more and more, because when we were fighting back then, like that push now it's come even further, and it's just like it encourages you.
The Sheriff Alex Villanueva, the lead gang member of LA County, he's a bandito himself.
This is 10-3000 boys. Deputy Mark Romero is...
Wait, the deputy is a part of a gang? Oh, it can't be that corrupt. It cannot be that corrupt.
One of them, and now today I believe he's a homicide sheriff, but he's a 3000 boy underneath.
We're out here spreading the word. Everyone's saying it. Google LASD gangs. Everyone should be tagging their neighborhood with Google LASD gangs.
Google LASD gangs. Fuck the Banditos. Fuck Sheriff Villanueva. Fuck LASD as an organization.
By the way, when you're done Googling 40% cops, Google Los Angeles Sheriff Department gangs. Okay, LASD gangs.
We know about your gangs. We're telling our people to Google LASD gangs, and we're coming for your asses.
And then
Wait. All right. Yeah, let's do this shit. Let's Google this shit. And I guess this is her article. Yeah, no, like, yeah. Here, let's just actually, I'm gonna put this in the chat. That's the actual link. Let's go.
There's another woman, Cerise, who has been putting together a series about the gangs in the Sheriff's Department. So I'm going to take a look at all of this as these investigations are going on.
We have video proof, we have pictures, we've taken them to the Sheriff's Department, we've talked to CLC needs, we've done what we had to do, and nothing's gotten done.
It's unacceptable. We will send a clear message to the LA County Sheriff's Department that you clean your house. You get your house in order, or we will surely help you do that. You have executioners, you have gangs in your own house.
Keep going out there and just keep fighting and keep exposing them for what they are and what they're doing, because it's, their reign of terror isn't going to stop unless we put a stop to it. So we're not going away anytime soon, we're here to stay.
All right. And that was interesting and eye-opening. I know it was bad, but I didn't realize it was that fucking bad. It's disturbing. It's disturbing that these people that who's supposed to protect and serve us are serving their own interests by being in the gang. And I don't fucking know. I'm waiting for the shit to somebody to do an expose in Chicago, because this shit is unbelievable. And then police they tell you, if you don't have nothing to hide, then you wouldn't mind people looking. But they're threatening journalists to a point where they need to fucking wear bulletproof vests? Like, the fuck? That's the craziest fucking shit. And I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the fact that cops are getting away with so much stuff. And it takes fucking mountains of effort to actually, make them accountable to shit. It's I can only just say, all cops are bastards. Because look at this. If you try not to be part of that, if you try to speak up, then they put you on blast. This motherfucker probably doesn't need to work for us anymore. And not in a good way. Collect your pension or some shit like that. Oh, this motherfucker needs to go and be silenced. But anyway, guys. If you like this video, I do want to say thank you for watching. Stick around. We have one more video today. Doing a short day, but we're gonna make sure that we address this one video. And other than that, I do want to say thank you for watching. Stick around in live chat. And other than that, we're gonna end the video segment.
if I gave myself the power